Andrew WK, hey, how's it going?
Hey, is this Joey?
Yep.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Talk to us about Destroy, Build, Destroy. This show is literally the way the title says it, right?
Oh, yeah. We destroy stuff, then we build stuff, then we destroy it again. It's two teams of teenagers, okay? So we're talking about generally 11 to 15 years old, a real prime age for this type of show. And they are competing to blow things up. And for anyone who hasn't seen the show, it's hard to picture this, but I really mean blow things up. I mean 500-foot fireballs. I mean a mushroom cloud. So these are huge explosions. Whatever's left after we blow up, let's say, a school bus, after we blow up, let's say, a semi, let's say we blow up a motorhome, let's say we blow up some VW bugs, whatever's left of those, we then build with. So that's the building portion of the show. And the two teams build a vehicle that they then use to compete with later on. Whoever wins that competition gets to blow up the losing team's vehicle. So really, throughout the show, it's just a lot of reasons to keep blowing things up, and that's fine.
Yeah. When and where can we catch the show?
You can catch it on Cartoon Network. There's actually a new episode going on tonight, I think 8 or 8:30, depending where you are, and also it reruns, I think, Fridays and Saturdays. You can check everything on CartoonNetwork.com to get the proper schedule for where you are.
All right, and you, of course, host the show, right?
I am the host. I am the cheerleader. I am the sports commentator at times, the pep talker. I try to really be present and do everything I can, but it's really up to these teenagers. I don't like to call them kids because they seem very mature to me. They're very smart. We handpick the best of the best, the most ingenuitive and, intelligent, creative young minds that are out there.
All right, so the show seems a little bit like not safe, but kind of like a child or just anybody in general's like fantasy world, like you're making a dream come true. So,
right. And sometimes dreams are not safe, but that's okay. You got to take risks. We take a lot of precautions. Of course, the show is extremely safe, even though it may not appear to be. But also, at the same time, part of what makes this show thrilling is that there is a danger element involved. And from my own personal life, the only times I've really, enjoyed myself to the fullest is when there is some kind of risk involved. I want to feel like I'm living on the edge, and this show definitely taps into that.
Whose idea was it to create the show? Like, how did the concept come about?
Well, I had been working with Cartoon Network, Adult Swim specifically, where I had done a cameo appearance on the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Then I recorded a song with the creators of that show for their movie soundtrack. And I was working with the creative director at Adult Swim on doing something else. And I said, we want to host something. I want to find something that allows me to really, scream my head off. And so they were working on a new live-action show for Cartoon Network. And I said, well, wait a minute, how can you have a live-action show, a non-animated show on Cartoon Network? That doesn't make any sense at all. They said, exactly. I said, okay, I'm in, because the absurdity just of the concept totally made sense. But, of course, the beauty of it is that I think the show itself, and even me especially, is cartoonish enough. I mean, I've always been kind of an animated guy. I think we kind of make up for it, and it's exciting because the only way these explosions can really be appreciated is to have them filmed with an actual camera.
Yeah. Talk to us about the incentive of who wins on the show.
Oh, sure. Well, the team that wins gets $3,000 for starters. So that's a lot of money, I think. Well, that's a lot of money for any age, but especially an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
You can buy a lot of candy with that. You can buy a lot of video games or whatever you would want. But the real incentive to win is not just that money. The real incentive is to be able to blow up the losing team's vehicle. And that's sort of the grand finale of the show, is one team is going to win and one's going to lose. The way the winner wins is the vehicle they've built wins the competition. So the losing team just put in all that work, all that effort, just as much as the other team. They slave away building these vehicles out of the rubble all day, and then to see that get destroyed at the end it's bittersweet. It's painful for them in one way. They have to learn to let go after putting so much time into something. But on the other side, it's very exciting to see an explosion, so I think they enjoy that.
See, I thought that was really interesting because you're letting people explode things and you're teaching them some kind of like almost like a vengeance, but you're putting a positive spin on a little bit, I guess, like of negativity. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think even though this show is very fun and just exciting in a very basic way, I think there is a deeper meaning to these ideas of creation and destruction and learning how to build something, and then, as I said, learning how to let go of things. I mean, sometimes that's the hardest thing, is when something changes or something dies or something ends or is destroyed. That's an important feeling to grapple with. So I think we're doing a good service to the young people of the world by providing them with those lessons and a lot of explosions.
Yeah. So you're also a musician. How have your fans of your music been, are they receptive to watching on Cartoon Network? Is it the same, like, a demographic, would you say?
That's a good question. I mean, one of the things I was excited about with Cartoon Network was getting in front of a younger group of kids. So I have a lot of friends now who are starting to have babies of their own, and they're getting to that age where the kids are watching the shows. And that's amazing for me to have a 6-year-old who's never heard of me before, never would have a reason to at that age, and now they have a relationship with what I'm doing. I mean, my point, whether it's music or TV or even talking to you on the radio, I want to make people feel better than worse. I want people to get psyched and pumped up, full of energy. And so I just started trying to use more and more ways to do it. And I never want to abandon a method once I use it. So I don't turn away from music. I don't turn away from TV. I just want to add more tools. It's like an arsenal, more weapons of joy.
Yeah.
I found the TV works really well.
Okay, so I put your name into Twitter, and a couple of searches popped up, and so I just want you to kind of comment on these. Oh. These are also in reference to your music. This one says, People Under the Stairs and Andrew WK partner to record a Simpsons season finale theme.
That's true. That's true, yes. That comes out in January, I think, less than a month now. The Simpsons people asked me if I wanted to play on the theme song. I mean, and when I mean the theme song, it's that original Simpsons, The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it's a very complicated song. It's by Danny Elfman, who's an amazing, amazing composer. He was in Oingo Boingo as well years ago, and now he's one of the top film scorers in the world. And I was a little intimidated because that's a very complicated piece. They didn't have the sheet music for me to learn, so I kind of scattered my way through it. I sang parts of it. I played parts on piano. And then, of course, People Under the Stairs, this excellent hip-hop group, they were able to also collaborate and make the music. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the final version of the theme song, so I'm really curious to see how it all turned out.
It sounds like quite a bit an honor to do something like that, to work on a show like The Simpsons.
That's an unbelievable honor. I'm blown away that they would ask me to do this. So, yeah, I'm very pleased. I just can't believe I get to do this kind of stuff.
Very cool. So Wikipedia has some information on you, and I thought these three were interesting. Which one do you have, or which one do you find more satisfaction in? This one says, in March 2007, the New York Times put you on the front page of its art section. In 2008, you appeared on Conan O'Brien. And in November 2008, Time magazine called you truly cute. Which one gives you more satisfaction, would you say?
Well, I live in New York, so having the hometown paper, but of course one of the great papers of the world, the New York Times, give me any kind of attention has always been very, very nice, and I'm extremely grateful to them. They've been more and more kind over the years. But at the same time, Time magazine, that's a very, very storied, very rich publication with a lot of history, a lot of controversy. And to be called truly cute by Time, I mean, that's almost, it's very intense because I feel like Time is almost like a sort of a giant lumbering monster, and being called cute by a monster, just in terms of their power, their size, their legacy.
Yeah,
being called cute by a monster is a very interesting thing. So I think I'm going to go with the Time. That's my favorite quote.
All right, so of course you have your music thing, and if you're touring or you wanted to just keep up with you in general, what is your website, your Twitter, I guess, your official website?
The easy one is andrewwk.com. So that's where you can go for all the details. But yeah, I got the Twitter and the MySpace and Facebook and all that. I love the computer. I've always loved it since I first put out my albums back in 2000, just when the internet was kicking off. I just love the way you could talk to people. I like the communication. People say, "Oh, it cuts down on communication. You're not talking to people face to face anymore." I don't care. I want as much communication as I can get, as much interaction with my friends, my fans. I call them friends, but the people who want to feel the way that I'm working on here, the people who feel something for what I'm doing, I want to be close to them, and the computer's great for that.
We do feel that way. Like I follow you on Twitter, and I really enjoy your party tip of the day. So I'd like you to leave us with one for today.
I haven't written my party tip for the day so far, so this will be off the top of my head. Let me think. I was going to go into something about the bathroom, and I realized I maybe shouldn't do that. So, party tip. Well, I'll tell you the one I used yesterday or a couple days ago that really came in handy. Party tip. Always be sure to have an extra roll of toilet paper, whether you're at home, at work, or at play.
That can definitely have the party go a little bit smoother, I think.
Oh, very, very smooth. Well, if you're very smooth, then the toilet paper isn't as necessary. If you're a little more dry, that's when it's going to really help clean you up.
Andrew, when and where can we catch Destroy, Build, Destroy one more time?
Yes, Destroy, Build, Destroy is on Cartoon Network. On Wednesdays, there will be fresh episodes, and I think tonight, in fact, you can catch one either at 8 or 8:30, depending where you are. If you go to Cartoon Network, It has all the schedule there.
Very cool. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
No, thank you, Joey.
Have a good one.